Louisiana is a little bit different. So Louisiana is classified as a redemption deed state, but they also offer tax deed properties, and that's actually what we're going to be looking at tonight. Is there's a number of different tax deed properties that'll be sold each month through Civic Source. But when we're talking about regular Louisiana tax sales, the ones that are going to happen 90% of the time, in the past, they've utilized what's called a bid down ownership method. In fact, we've just heard that they've changed that, and they're starting to bid down the interest rate. And we can understand why, because when you're bidding down the ownership, suddenly you're making it difficult for the investor and the owner. Let's say they bid down the ownership to 50% on a property. Well, now you've got two people trying to battle for the same property, and it just created more lawsuits. So now what we've heard is they're changing over to a bid down the interest rate, which we think is going to be better for everyone.
Yeah. Now, Louisiana, they do sell, they're officially a redemption deed state with a 3-year redemption period on the properties that they sell in their normal auctions. But like Steve was saying, sometimes they have properties that they're selling outside of that as well, like some of the other states do. But bidding down the ownership is a real challenge. If you're forced to bid in a system like that, bidding down the percentage is a much better, system there for picking properties out. So that is good to hear.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just going to be almost like a taxing certificate, where you're going to start at 12%, 11.75, 11.50. Now, these unsold properties that don't sell at the normal tax sale, they're going to be eventually transferred to the parish. And after that redemption period has passed, that 3-year redemption period, then they're sending these properties over to Civic Source, and Civic Source is going through really a whole foreclosure process, which we'll look into here in a second.